When you think about the biggest companies in the world, your mind probably jumps to names like Apple or Amazon, right? But the whole economic landscape, it's shifting. Today, we're diving into the absolute titans of Asia, the most valuable companies on the continent. We're going to uncover who they are, what they do, and what their power really tells us about the global economy today.
Just take a look at this number. Over $600 billion. It's a figure that's almost hard to wrap your head around. What could that possibly be? The GDP of a small country? The budget for some massive global project?
Nope. That incredible number, that's the market value of just one single company we'll be talking about. A number like that just shows you the insane scale and power that's concentrated at the very, very top of Asia's corporate world.
So this brings us to the big question, right? Who are these giants? Are they the names we all know and recognize? Or are they these silent powerhouses operating behind the scenes? Well, let's find out.
Okay, so first things first, let's just look at the raw numbers. Because when you break this list down by country, wow, one nation's dominance is it's impossible to ignore.
So if you had to take a guess, which country do you think has the most companies in the top 20? Whatever you're thinking, the reality is probably even more skewed than you imagine.
And here it is. The data is just wild. Look at this breakdown. Of the top 20 most valuable companies in all of Asia, a staggering 14 of them are from China. That's 70% of the entire list. The other 6 spots, they're split between huge economic players like Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Singapore, and Saudi Arabia. But they only get 1 or 2 companies each.
And we're not talking about companies that are just barely making the list. Oh no, we're talking about the absolute heavyweights. The State Grid Corporation is sitting at number 2. China National Petroleum is at number 3. And that's not even counting all the other giants in banking, construction, and energy that are packed into the top ranks. Okay, so we know where they're from, but what do these companies actually do? Well, it turns out there are 2 totally different kinds of players on this list. Let's start with the first type, the massive, state-owned industrial giants. Yeah, this list is really a tale of 2 very different types of companies. On one side, you've got these colossal, often state-run industrial corporations. And on the other side, you've got the global brands, the names you see and use every single day. A lot of the highest-ranking Chinese companies fall right into that first bucket. I'm talking about companies like State Grid, the one that literally powers an entire nation, or China National Petroleum, a massive global energy player. You're not going to find these brands on a supermarket shelf, because their business is the very infrastructure that we all depend on. Their value comes from building the modern world itself. But there's another path to becoming a multi-hundred-billion-dollar company. And that's by getting your product into the hands of millions or even billions of people all over the world. And a perfect example of that is the company at number 8, South Korea's Samsung Electronics. Now that is a name everyone knows. Its value isn't built on power grids or railways. It's built on a foundation of cutting-edge consumer tech and some seriously powerful brand loyalty. Think about it. You've probably got a Samsung product in your house right now, right? From the phone in your pocket to the TV on your wall, Samsung's value is directly connected to its presence in our everyday lives. Their road to the top was paved by winning over customers one awesome device at a time. And right ahead of Samsung at number 7, we've got another consumer giant, Japan's Toyota. For decades, Toyota has built its empire on a reputation for reliability and innovation in the auto world, putting millions and millions of us on the road. It's just another textbook example of how value can be driven by a globally recognized brand. All right, so we've seen the national breakdown, we've seen the 2 different kinds of companies on the list, but now it's time for the main event. Let's count down the top 3 and find out who is Asia's single most valuable company. Okay, here we go. In the number 3 spot, we've got the energy behemoth, China National Petroleum Corporation, valued at over $483 billion. Incredible. Taking the silver medal, at number 2 is another Chinese giant, the State Grid Corporation, worth a cool $530 billion. That leaves just one company standing at the very top. So, who is Asia's most valuable company? It's Saudi Aramco, the state-owned oil and gas giant from Saudi Arabia. It is all alone at the peak of corporate value in Asia. And look, there's that number again, over $603 billion. We've come full circle from the very beginning. The scale of that is it's breathtaking. When it comes down to it, Saudi Aramco's number 1 spot really highlights the incredible, lasting power of energy in our global economy.
Its value is tied directly to one of the planet's most critical resources, which makes it not just an Asian titan, but truly a global one.
So this list gives us a really powerful snapshot of where economic muscle in Asia is flexing today. It's a story dominated by Chinese industrial giants, a few iconic consumer brands we all know, and one undisputed king of energy at the top. But you know, as technology, trade, and what we all care about continues to shift, the really fascinating question is, what's this same list going to look like 10 years from now?